Hey guys, John here. I am super excited to be making this video because Arturia released the Acid 5, which is pretty amazing. So we're going to check this plugin out a little bit here. We're going to kind of go through a couple things and kind of geek out of how cool this thing sounds. So when you first load this thing up, we're going to have this carbon-based preset, which sounds a little something like this. Next up, we have Ready for Kicks. Man, they nailed the sound on this one. It's pretty insane. Next up, we have Melodic Journey. Earth. Three-step. And there's some really cool ones that I kind of wanted to show as well. Where is it here? Euphoria Room. This is one of my favorite ones from the whole presets that come with the synth here. So long story short, the presets that come with this synth are pretty good, and somehow they dialed in the sound almost perfectly. I would say, like, this is what I would always have wanted in the a recreation of the 303. I know there's a couple different variations out there, but this one has struck the most gold and really won me over from all the ones out there. So let's kind of go through this here a little bit and kind of just see what we have to work with here. So we have our different waveforms here. We have pitch, cutoff, resonance, envelope mod, decay, and accent. And then what's kind of nice up here, there's this little button. If we click this here, we have additional things to change different settings. So we have some more bass boost, pulse width, accent attack, cutoff range, pitch tracking, noise gain, the clipper here. And then we can close this window. And here's kind of where it gets really cool, right? So if we click this advanced button, we have a whole different window here where we can just add so much stuff. Okay, so we have our sequencer, right? And we have a lot of access to things. We have our octaves, we have our notes here that we can pick from, which is actually much more intuitive. There's a lot of different variations of the 303, and the interface, to me at least, seems a little kind of a pain to work with, and it's kind of just not as fun and intuitive to make patches with. This one seems pretty cool. It's easy to add the slide, accent, and vibrato if you want to on whatever step that you'd like to. It's kind of nice. Then we also have an ARP if we want to use it as an ARP. We might even do a whole full-on course if this, if you guys want that. That might be kind of fun to do. And then we have 3 different modulation stuff here, so we can choose to modulate different kind of things. And it's kind of similar as far as Pigments is, right? So if we have a sine wave, we can drag this here and put it on whatever we want to, and we can kind of see how much it is. So let's say we put it on the, I guess on the volume for the sub oscillator here, which is, we have a sub oscillator, which is really awesome. And we can just choose the depth here, kind of like how Pigments works, which is really intuitive and what I'm very used to from using Pigments for so long. So it's really nice to have things like that. Not to mention in the modulation stuff, we have our effects bank, which we have 4 different things here, and we can select this, and we have all these things to choose from. So if you're kind of familiar with Arturia's effects as far as Pigments go, this is going to be really intuitive to you because it's a lot of the same stuff that we are familiar with in Pigments. So we have the Juno 6, we have a regular chorus, Super Unison, which was recently added to Pigments not too long ago. We have our flanger, the BL20 flanger. So even the stereo pen, which is, I really like doing stuff like this. So if you're, like I was saying, if you're familiar with the Pigments effects and stuff like that, this is going to be super intuitive to you. And something that I noticed as well, this one kind of took me just a little bit longer to figure out, but to close this window, you click the advanced. I spent like 2 minutes looking, I'm like, where do I close this? And then I look up here in the advanced, I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, with that being said, for our distortion, we have quite a few to choose from, and I think a nice touch that Arturia did is that, let's say we go to this here. We have this animation here, and if we change these, some of them have different colors, and that's just a really cool, nice touch, not to mention how cool the animation is. like that one, that like dark bluish purple. That's it's the aesthetics that sometimes really tie things in, and the color of it being green and these knobs, just how it looks is just great. I'm very, very happy with this one here as well. You should definitely check it out. There is a demo available, and I think right now it's 50% off, so it might be a good time to grab that. So let's kind of go through some other cool presets here and kind of see what we have. So let's go around the sequence and see what we have here. Like even just in that patch alone, they nailed the sound perfectly. It's amazing to me. Like even in that patch right here, that almost that guttural kind of nasally, just acidy, whatever you want to call it, is just perfectly represented in this synth here. Because I'll tell you, I've made a couple Pigments presets that were pretty close to the 303, but it's not exact. It's almost there, but it's just missing that little something, right? And this synth strikes that somethingness, whatever that exactly is. So it is a very cool synth. Definitely check out the demo if you would like to get it. I do have an affiliate link so you can help a brother out while you actually get the synth itself. It's pretty cool. So check out the demo first just to see if you like it before you actually spend some money. But I think personally, once you spend some time with it, you're going to fall in love just as I did. And I got much less sleep last night because I stayed up way too late playing with this thing. And before we let you go, let me know if maybe a full-on course like the Pigments course or something like that might be interesting, because that would be a lot of fun, because I really love this synthesizer and they did a perfect job recreating it. So let me know on that in the comments below. And yeah, what was the last thing I was going to say? I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, man. Good Lord. Anyway, Arturia, you guys did a fantastic job. And, you know, in a perfect world, if you guys did the Polyvox, oh my God, that would be really cool. But yeah, so definitely check out the Acid 5 from Arturia, or V, excuse me, the Acid V. So yeah, it's very cool. So see you in the next video.